Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Invade here onto the blue buff. Gonna try and fight Monkey here. This will be interesting. Level 4 versus level 4. Vampire's coming, so is Cream. Gets the root with the Tangle Bombs. Gets rid of the Blast Cone. Means Kanavi now in danger. Gets the Conqueror stacking. Look to turn around with that Watch Out E. Flash on forwards. Looking to get some damage down. The burn will surely be enough. Cream gets that. Flashes on over. But that's now left him in danger. And it's way too eager. The bot lane can't join. And TES give up too. Equalizer down. Not the best equalizer ever, but it put Monkey in a horrible position. Knocked up under the turret, trying to drive through the wall. Last bit of burn, not quite there. Flash away. As Monkey puts down the Bastion, trying to get some time with the Comet. That's the name of that summoner. Summoner rune. Coming on down as I finally get my nomenclature correct. Taeyu pops away, has the flash, has the cleanse, and we'll have to burn the flash. All the while, Grub's taken by Kanavi, and TES do a good job of playing on the weak side. The roam down from Crisp. Killer of the Scorpion. Any Genshin gamers in chat? I don't know what to run in Abyss. I've not looked at Abyss this split, but I used to write guides for Genshin Impact. I used to get paid to do that for Jinx.tv. So I used to be their Genshin guide writer. Probably run Hyper Bloom or something. Yeah, Ridenide plus. Probably not Bennett, actually. Don't want the burn in there. Something like Furina Jean. Maybe something like that. And then do a Bennett comp on the other side. Pop Blossom! Hero's Entrance! Equalizer comes on through. Cube. Had his TP unleashed. Now get the dragon and get out. Didn't notice the channel. Leave your lives! Grumpy says hello. What's the base moment? 369 has got a flash. Trying to stay out until Pop Blossom doesn't want to burn the flash. Kind of knows he's dead. And WE with some solid ganks here, all things said and done. Monkey's been very active on this Skarn, and with the exception of that one failed dive where Crisp came and defended 369, the attacks have been working. Put this Rumble a lot further behind than I think they wanted to be. It's left Cream some free space on the other side, TPing in now to try and defend this. Azira's Cream rebinds the soul, realizes he's still under turret and has to run. And 369 is being left alone with a turret with 6 grubs. Top Esports, I think, would like to hold off from bringing this Rumble down. Gonna TP him in now, but the Dragon's already taken, so it's gonna be a bit late. What about the fight afterwards, though? 369 now left a bit split off. There's a Galio around, carries out to flash for the Pulverize after into the Equalizer. Galio will come on in with the heroic entrance. Crisp trying to make his will unbreakable, but his spirit still feels pretty breakable in the grand scheme of things. A double kill to Monkey, and they overplay into the Galio Skada. Blast Cone out to safety, and 2 people die looking for the play. Crisco's looking, has his ult running, but then he's going to get CC'd up, and I think his ult just times out. Top side, Cream's in danger, rebinds his soul, dies in a 1v1. Oh no! WE! Hang on. Now 2,000 gold ahead. Vampire's in a spot of bother. Just got hit by that. They don't want to burn a lilting lullaby because they have no flash. So it should just be an easy kill. Jackie's donated that one. So grand scheme of things are 1 for 1. But how on earth does Cream end up... Well, TES. Top Esports will be losing the first turret here. And that means the feats of strength go the way of the team. Has got himself the overheat, so increases attack speed, claims another turret. But matching turrets when you've got 6 scrub. Dun 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 dun. Get a window AC unit, probably, actually, yeah. Not a bad idea. Ooh. Looking for an angle, Taeyu has to flash, but the follow with the pulverized flash from Crisp, who can make his will unbreakable. But you might be able to break his bar, but you can't break his spirit. Finally goes down. W just winning these fights. Well, turns out the defensive tools of the Galio ult are not being respected properly. Monkey is now so strong. Karis on this is it. Well, Chris will get damage down. Decides he's going to trade his life out for CC. Kanavi goes on and kills off the Ezreal. That's actually really significant. Flash away from Vampire, who turns into the shapeshifter. Jackie Love is now left alone. Flash over the wall. Monkey looking to follow. Fate sealed onto the Scorpion. Massive shield, but the Starux times out and Jackie gets that kill. Now Karis is very, very deep on WE. Oh, it's all gone down the drain. It was a nice dream while it lasted. And then Lilia turns it into a nightmare. Gotta be around shortly. Good damage. And you run away. Damage keeps going. Flash away from Kanavi. Monkey's just about alive. Kanavi needs to back away. Atakan was taken, of course. There's so many petals to pick up, though. Monkey surviving means that WB on that teleport. You have to claim most of those. Righty then. Chris gonna come over the wall. Smack goes the Skarner. Gets soul point for WE. The top Esports, despite that nice, decent look in into the Atakan, are still in a very dire position now with Hex Soul on. You have a 2.5 item, Azir and Ezreal, with good ability to disengage from top Esports all-in comp. Baron's up and available. Monkey takes a wolf camp on the way out. Just be careful on this reset. He's on a ward right now. At least I'm back in time to watch top Esports lose. Yeah, definitely possible. Okay, Kanavi, lilting Lullaby, backs away, but the Impale buffers through! Now Crisp is in danger on the other side, the Equalizer comes on down, Kanavi trying to get some wound up, but Monkey's got a Sterak's, means he doesn't die for a very long time. Will finally pop. The heal bloom from the Crypt Bloom doing its work, in goes Cream trying to find an angle onto Cube, Fate sealed after, gets the Galio, Karis goes golden, and the pop back is only going to be the clone dying. Flash away from Karis keeps him alive, but the mid and AD carry from top Esports down teleports come flying. TES looking to flip. Pull away now. Down at 8k. Cube, Vampire, top side of the map. Monkey in the pit. Needs to be very wary as he gets headbutt pulverized into the Q3. Galio comes flying on through. They'll knock up Chris, but he's pretty tanky right now. His body is unbreakable. But his will might well be. Corky does kill off that Skarner though. Other side, look at 369, the backline. Burns down Cube, will trade out. The shuffle doesn't work out. Kanavi now running away. Needs to turn around, misses the blooming blows even with the speed up. You've lost Cream, you've lost Crisp, you've lost 369. And the Ezreal now 3.5 items. The Zonya's now completed for Karis. Hex Dragon up. We go again. Check those ultimate timers. Should be mostly available. Lilting Lullaby is not. Galio's Grand Entrance is not. Sorry, Heroic Entrance is not, and that's really significant. Pop Blossom comes on forward, lands on the 2, but they've blown up the Skarner! Equalizer! Fate sealed in the backline. Vampire just about surviving, though. Into the backline goes Karis. Shuffles one back. Cream goes down as well. Golden. Karis dies. Kanavi goes golden himself, healing back up. 369 needs to leave. Flash away. The taunt from the shield of Duran, and Taeyun can look to hop on for more. Turn around though as he's now in danger, but just blows the head off the Rumble. So much damage, and they can't threaten him. The range discrepancy comes back to bite him. Karis does magic in the backline, and they'll claim themselves Hex. Taeyun with Kanavi right as he comes out of Zonies. It might have been playable, but it was always going to be bloody tight. Cream, who's got the QSS, immediately undoes the Impale. Shielded around, lands, but Cube now in a difficult location. Kanavi's going to get run down by Taeyun and Karis. Hex will work. Kanavi's Lilia, normally so genuinely dangerous. I remember his time on JDG when he was first making a name for himself. This was the champion I think he was most famous for alongside the Kindred. Cream looking for potential Fate Sealed angle. Back outside of the shielded round, but that's now Baron and Hexol. Likely game for WE. Fate Sealed away. Cream survives for now. Monkey can drive on forward. Turned around on by Cream. In comes the hero's entrance. And Crisp gonna go down, as is that Rumble. And that's got to be game. If not now, then in a matter of moments. We've got Cream back up, Kanavi up, and Jackie here. Maybe it'll just be an inhibitor. How aggressively do they want to shove with the man advantage? 2-man advantage. Crisp will be up in 5. Cream looking for an angle, but just takes so much damage. Looking! Incidental poke will lead to Cream's demise. Goodbye, Yone. TES are being humbled here. Flash on forward from Taeyu. Dies for it. Bit much, WE. In hit, the Nexus still under siege though. Cube autos us a few times, as does Karis. Nexus falls on WE. Varus Nautilus for the bot lane for WE. Is a lot of power in its own right. The front to back right now for WE with a decent amount of pick. Very, very strong. Top esport. Well, I come back and Violence is a carrying top lane. Flash away from Chris, keeps him alive. The turn back on in, looking for the kill. That's Misfortune with the first blood. Jackie Love off to a great start. 369 gets away, can let another shot blast out. As WE have so much spell flux thrown across. Throws out that Sonic Wave. I don't think he's going any further, but nice invade. Secures the kill. Flash down bot side. Flashes for flashes as they get the kill onto Chris. That's a 2v2 going very wrong. Jackie now in danger. Has all the blight stacks on him. A last arrow would do it, but I don't think Taeyu's going to quite get the opportunity. Arrow through. Comet after. Gets the kill. 2 kills bot side. Cream's now turned up. He's on a roam down bot side. But Vampire and Taeyu could potentially play this one well. They're going to potentially trade this one out. The initial overload goes wide. And they're going to leave out the Varus to dry. Kill secured by Cream. Still, 2 kills to Varus. The backs away. Double longsword. Tier in inventory. Nice play, bots. Nautilus Aftershock now on cooldown, I suppose. Ta-da. Monkey. Potentially in danger. Flashes away. Chris with the flash over the Striding Striper now in danger himself. Cream gets over, gets the Rune Prison down, and overloads in. Monkey tries to get some more value. Kanavi now in danger though. Has to flash on out. Karis now here. Throws down the Gravity Field. Gets the root. In comes the Arcane Storm as 369 needs a whole of a lot of damage. Goes on in with the Disguise and the Thundering Blow. Should surely get the kill. Taeyu gets one back. They also kill off the Rel. Ends up being a 2 for 2. Now Cream is also in danger with no flash and no phase rush to work with. Kanavi lands that Sonic Wave, but has to be very careful about following that up with the Resonating Strike. Can look for the hook here. Cream would need to dodge well. Lands the hook. Vampire stakes him. I think the Arcane Storm timed out before the kill came on through. Kanavi should get the grubs at least. And the respawns will allow it to. So in the end, it's actually the martial mastery for top esports because they got the first kill and the first set of grubs. So, you know, despite losing the additional kill, that could have been a lot worse. Tried to steal out that grub with an empowered Q. Couldn't quite do it. I don't know about this one, Kanavi. Here comes the rest of top esports, though. Full set of solo laners available. Crisp is also here. Monkey might want to smite this. Shattering Strike lands onto Monkey. Gets crashed down on, but Vampire over the wall make this full contact. League of Legends. Now Karis coming on over. Crisp in danger. Scotland Crab smote out. Taken by Monkey. Now in danger. Has no HP to work with. Still get the Gravity Field. They kill off the other jungler. Now into the back line goes Cream, who's very low, but Taeyu needs to back away. Doesn't have the flash. Gets hit by the Shock Blast. And turn around with the Cream. He's pretty good as he starts phase rushing away. Karis and Vampire desperately low. Cream. Surely they get one back. There goes Karis in trade for the side of Crisp. Shield from Vampire with the Titan's Wrath. Should be okay to keep him up. Hail of arrows onto Crisp, or Cream rather. He needs to be a bit careful stepping. So, damage comes on down. Knock back. Monkey's still going to keep charging. Nice kill. Get that one on to 369. Who's had a bit of a weird old day as 369. At the very least, Kanavi gets the other early objective. Misfortune ults, you can be pretty scary in that regards. Into corruption, lands blind Tayu! Gorgeous angle, they're gonna blow up Kanavi. The bullet time, not as much value as they're hoping for. His Cream will realm warp in. Tayu needs to flash on out. Now it's a 2v2 in the rest of the jungle's Cream. Like getting to phase, rushing away as Karis comes across, and Chris has to flash out, as does Cream. Kill Tayu. That was a sick chains of corruption. Junglers will try to drag it into that pixel bush, so they have vision while everyone else doesn't. Okay, TP behind Karis. Gravifield comes on down. Resonating strike. Out comes the Arcane Storm. Cream trying to be donated this kill. Flash away from Karis, who speeds himself up with the Siphon Power. Can look to try and run away best he can. Can't just about get that kill. I was going to say can't, and then had to adjust my conjugation. Siphon Power not enough. But that stops them dashing around. Better side laner than a Victor for my money too. Minions should do this. Means they'll be not in range for local gold, though. There's WE picking up their own turret. WE. Been playing pretty well in terms of the proactivity, but top esports have gotten a lot of these objectives, got the feats of strength, are still in a pretty good spot this game. All things said and done. Yeah, so basically game one, WE drafted Galio into the Rumble, which is a pretty good lane matchup topside, and a Skarner with a pretty good range advantage with an Azir and an Ezreal into a very all-in comp. And top esports were not very respectful of the Galio defensive tools, and Karis and Taeyun actually gets WE in first. Leaves Jackie to be left second to move. On vision right now. Farsight alteration. We're going to see a bit of a flip over. This can always be hard to smite fight against a Lee Sin. Hook, though, onto the backside. 369! Gonna get dropped. Flash over the wall. Stays alive. The acceleration gauge is just about enough, but they're going to have Kanavi flash on out as well, as the Arcane Storm won't quite secure him. Manung Monkey now in danger. Doesn't have the Crescent Guard as Queen flashes on forward. 3 flashes from the side of top esports, but WE burn 4 and still can't secure the kills. Health bars were dwindling. But that'll be Mountain Soul Point for top esports. Managed to hold on just about, and a good flash on forward. A Monkey went to secure a kill and couldn't do it. Eight seconds on Mountain Dragon. Top esports in control of the river. Vampire's going to step forward with Monkey and look to try and get rid of some of these wards. Find an option in. Should be able to get that last one down. Clear out that control ward. Second one is put down. Still fighting over those. Job secured. Another control ward down, but it is WE in position in the river. Good fight back into the river, though, by top esports. So many control wards just on that river entrance. WE command the banana bush, though. Navi looking for a steal angle over the wall. Chains of corruption goes on in. Vampire's in danger, though. And the turnaround, brutal. They will kill off the Rels. It ends up being a 1-for-1 in terms of support. Cream in danger. Gets jumped on. Trying to flash away. They've killed him off. Arcane Storm. Absolutely brutal in the backline. Kanavi with the kick. Trying to get some valor down. Goes down. And Cube stays alive. Ends up being a 3-for-3. Top laners and AD carry survive. No one else does. Cube needs to back high, won't get interrupted, can TP back in, so can 369. They're both TPing in. They want going to turn on to... turn onto the Mounted Dragon. This would be so for top Esports if they could just secure that turnaround. They're going to turn back on the fight, though. Bullet time interrupted. Kick away from Cube, who still goes lacerating forward. Kills off the rail. That gets the Arcade Storm rolling. Cream's gone golden, but he's very, very low. Karis with the Hex Tech Ray. Value back. Kanavi, though. So much bloody healing. Needs to stay alive. Gets out of the Hex Tech Ray. Shock Blast. And somehow Kanavi sustain his value enough. That felt pretty good for WE there at points. Turret shot is nearly enough. How did he take aggro there? But that would be Soul. And they can go back for it. I thought they managed it. I think that kick away on Cube may have bought them enough time. That Zonya's on Cream may have... Well, there goes the damage, as we're going to try and play for another kill off the Misfortune, though. And that's pretty big. Monkey healing up. Cream's in danger, caught the Arcade Storm. They just killed off 2 members. Cream has no flash. That's 50 seconds on the carries. Jackie's gone for the Immortal Shield, but advised up, but they can turn to Baron. Mountain Soul be bloody damned. I knew it, says Brother Bill. Kanavi with a GA. Very hard to keep out of this pit. The Lee Sin could definitely flip this. Into the backline, trying to heal on up. Gets knocked down, though. This Cube needs to back away. Will respawn shortly. 369 could be dangerous. Caught on the healing debuff aura of the Hail of Arrows. And Cube will lacerate. The Shock Blast, though, so deadly. They want this Baron. The health bar so low, and a powered Shock Blast into the skies would bring everyone out of the game. But 369 not bold enough to go any further forwards. Wait, they're on a ward. Shock Blast, Shock Blast. Holy Kunks, Vampire. Oh my days. A bit of an eyebrow raise versus top Esports, who we expected more from. Karis claims another turret. In the third of the game. Lot of standing gold right now for WE to claim. Atacam, by the way, is still up. No one wants to flip over that right now. The Jace has no penetration, by the way. Gone for the Ghost Blade and the Serpent's Fang. So no Cyrilda or anything. That Chains of Corruption lands, so the lethality at this point in the game means he doesn't really hurt all that much. No Black Cleaver, no Cyrildas. I wonder how much that's going to hurt him. 369 with the choice to have some of that shield shred in the mid lane. Cube's going to jump away. Beginning to hop out as fast as he can. Flash on out. Realm Warp was burned. Flash on forward to get to the skies. Public execution on the backside means Cream's in danger. Shoots shield of his own. They finally root him down. They'll claim that tier 2 bot side. What did that cost you? Flash on 369. I think Atacam might die before they get there. They're doing Raptors. Pinging, I think, too late. This will be gone. Monkey speeding up. Down. But the petals afterwards are playable. Can look to fight for that one. Not going to do it. That's Mountain Soul empowered. Indeed. 369 in the bush. And WE playing blind into a 4-item Jace kind of sucks. In goes Kanavi. Looks for the kick. Into the attack vine goes Dayun. He's down and dead. They'll kill off Kanavi. That's the jungler down, but Monkey now in danger. Flashes out to safety briefly. Cream looking with the phase rush and the flash to get some damage and will bring him down. 3 down the corner of the turret. Takes the turret shot himself. Shrimp Chris goes down. They get some damage as Cream eats some more of his own. They've lost the jungler, but no smites required. Holy moly. Vampire's here, down to half HP. It's going to be a flip. Cube, no ult. TP in from Karis. Got a death cap. That's why he's late over. Turning onto Vampire. They can look for the hook. That's on to 369. Turnaround damage, not quite there. They're going to Cream though. As he goes golden. Caught on the gravity field. Range advantage problematic. Flash on forward. Realm Warp through Cream. Brings him over. Cube trying to trade this one out. The shields are so ridiculous. And they can't win out the fight. Karis is there with a death cap that means nothing. And despite what should have been an even numbers fight, the Mountain Soul plus all of those shields proves far too much. Back to the Elder we go. And top Esports. Well then. Base broken. Top Esports on the warpath, looking to bring us to a game 3. WE, despite what felt like a pretty good team, got some good fights, struggled in the objective game. The macro sense and the objective control wasn't there. Now into the Elba, it's looking pretty much over. The kick away onto Monkey, keeps him alive briefly, but Cube will fall. And the Jace and the Misfortune roar their way to another team fight win as Cube is squared and the Nexus falls. That was not clean. Well, you outrange him, you can knock him back, don't really block the Ziggs ultimate. Got ourselves Grub spawning in 10 seconds. So we'll see that started by Monkey. I want to know whether our Horn Dog Neferi... Horn Dog? That one was unintentional. Hero charges the wall. They'll get a decent shove back, but there's still going to be Kanavi in danger. Flashes away to safety. Door goes up. Buys some time. Monkey gets level 6. Can look for the ult. Does so. Gets over the brawl. Tries to get the kill. The passive is so deadly. Can't W until a little too late, but they've taken one out. They get another charge of the wall. Brawl getting another passive down. Gets shoved across the unraveled earth. Flashed away from Chris, but should surely have another auto available. Flash from Karis. Trying to get the kills here. Buys some time. The door does its work. And now Cream with the ult running can look for more. Oh my days. Chris with the flash, the heal, and the door gets all the value they need. Top Esports get away with actual murder there. Not quite a kill. Hang on, turn around. Karis gets out alive as well. Cream has no mana. Flash on 4 from Jackie Love. The volley will get that kill. So another summoner burn, but Jackie still gets that. Karis gets to stay alive and can teleport back in. Here's that look at the replay. It looked great to begin with. And Monkey gets level 6 off the Scuttle Crab, and Flash is to get in range for it. We'll have to look topside. It's 369, remember, with no Flash. Doesn't quite die. Kanavi now here as well. Would have been a disky. Hang on, charge to the top side, into the wall. 369 now in danger, and the Hound's Pursuit helps Monkey pick up another. 369 zoned off the turret. Nice work from WE. Arrow lands. Charm, a plus the ult available. That surely means that Karis has nowhere to go. Will unravel Earth, does a decent work. And they get that kill. Great arrow from downtown to get a chunk across that mid laner and bring Karis out. Schooler. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Gnar will have a split push angle. But I think the Ziggs to Leopold will be really, really strong. In comes the ult. They try and get the damage onto Vampire, dies across that one. Turns that one out. There's the damage onto Kanavi. We'll at least get that one turned around. They lost Monkey, though. It's pretty significant. Top Esports should be able to claim the second dragon. TES, better engage. Yes, I agree. However, I do think there's a lot of ways to get on top of people, like this from Monkey. There's a lot of target access still. Monkey can press W. Gonna get some teleports back on out. 369 forced away. They get their own teleport in. This is going to be a really rough spot from Cream. Tries bounced around. Oh my days. Braum's dead. Glacier Fish is not going to be enough. World Ender from Cube gets that one. Needs to be a bit wary in mid lane. Arrow lands. Oh, Karis. Well, that's a dead Talia, isn't it? 1 for 1. You had to know that's happening, surely. Should be able to get the first turret here. They've got the satchel. And claim that one. Dragon very well. Didn't contest objectives very well. That proved problematic. Not sure about Aatrox's game. We'll see. I mean, it being very, very ahead, it's also a dive buddy with Poppy and Neferi. Good setup for Ziggs. And then the Ahri and the Vi don't enjoy it very much, and the Gnar will have a bit of a difficult time. Jackie basically will have this happen on repeat, and it's really problematic. Can try and turn this around. Cube still got Mega Inferno, sorry, the World Ended rolling. Flash, barrier down from Jackie. Ult down from Jackie. You get the Herald. Jackie's going to have to reset. You've got Ziggs Herald. This is going to be a rough shove. And now the Ashe is just not going to be safe in mid lane. 3-0-2 for Jackie is good. But I think this Ashe is now going to have a real problem finding places to stay alive. Oh, just too early on the wall. But it means Ahri's on the wrong side of it. And Kanavi needs to flash away. So they get another flash. Karis is in danger, has got flash, hasn't yet had to burn it. 1 minute on the Herald, but the mid lane turret falls, and now Jackie's going to have to play very, very carefully in mid lane. Long range, so a lot of Hurricane value there still. I think Taliyah will be the biggest problem to go hard on, Azari and the Vi. Yeah, and the Poppy W as well. Like, and the zone control from the Ziggsy. Like, there's a lot here making life quite tricky. Vampire went very deep there, though. That's half the HP bar down on the Poppy before the fight can begin. The same for Chris. Kanavi started up the Dragon. I'm not sure whether you can afford to reset here. Mega Inferno Bomb forces a flash out of Crisp. Scary. Mega Gnar is there. Cream has rejoined. Gone for a Hexgate over. Vampire didn't get to reset. We're flipping this one, folks. Let's go. Heads or tails. WE or top esports. Smell the burgers. In they go. Neferi nabs it. Good job from Monkey. Dark and Daggers gets in. They get the Keeper's Verdict out. That makes it a 4v5. Infernal Chains pulls one back. Poppy will die, but it's still them caught in the pit. Cream gets a reset over the pit. And they'll get out alive. They lose Vampire. But get the... Dragon starts. Monkey stole the last one. They did try and go in. Mega Inferno Bomb not gone away. Dragon taken because the Ahri can't do that much value. Vampire stays alive for a moment. Then Mikhail's on themselves. 369 gets a reset but will die. Monkey can now look to go back in again. Cube jumping on people. The Darkin Blade strikes hard, strikes home. Cube dodging away from that charm. Jackie Love looking for an angle. Infernal Chains come on down. Crisp surviving. Dashing away. Hex Flash over, looking for an angle on in as Taeyun throwing out some bounce off. They're still on vision. Needs to find a satchel on out of here, probably. Will do so. Ends up being a 2-for-1, and WE come out with another dragon.
I'm gonna just...
Yeah, like...
I'm gonna suggest it's just not something I should look at.
Probably wise. Yeah. Monty's is being a suspicious
Ooh, Monkey can slot out of the Hexgate. There is a Poppy ult that might be able to trade for that. But yes, it is, and now 369 is left alone.
Boy, flashed away, so it's coming.
And 369 gets that save, but what is Cube doing with the teleport? Dodges out on the charm. Cream, little inaccurate with that one. Top esports, they lose the Viol, they lose the flash of 369. They cast the arrow force. Is there another charm? No, because the arrow doesn't have cooldown reduction on this build. And top esports throw like 4 ults at the play, lose the flash, and get nothing for it. They get some HP bars. Is that going to open up anything on the map? No, I don't think so. Wow, it's going to get them a Scuttle Trap. That's what it's going to give them.
That's a big win, Alex. That's jungling.
I mean, it's going to give them that flash of vision. Ooh, wow. Great.
Control around the Atakan and the Baron. Ooh.
That is important. It is. I had to cancel out a bit of that Schultz. Dragon has spawned. Top esports did lose those 2, as he said before, somehow. Some way. Oh, and there's an engage as far. He's got a Hexgated across the map. Is that going to lead to the team push WE need? Cube gets the kill, gets the reset, does get the Brawn passive onto it, but I think the damage might be done. But 369 ults back, and he slams him into the wall with an R. This is the mistake that Top Esports were waiting for. Double over to the Ahri already. Another one given out to Kanavi. He returns to the scene where he'd left his team out to dry. WE tried to pounce. Charm Flash, not committed to by Cream. Top Esports get 4, and they'll head towards the top side of the map.
What insane Gnarl.
Absolutely insane. I thought that Kanavi Hexgating away would have cost them that fight, and potentially a little ways away. Alright, Kanavi gonna take the dragon. The top esports. Medjo's build up for Cream. Spam those books in chat.
The book has been bought, 10 stacks on, feeling pretty good right now. There's a decent flash angle here for Vampire though. When looking to charge someone back in, it just ends up being a cannon menu. The arrow though lands onto a key target. Taeyun down to about 20% HP, gets Mikhail out to safety and will get the satchel out. That means that mid-tier 1 will now just fall, no real ability to contest.
Cream potentially had, hang on a second, gotta be careful the wall's done that. Just another charm in there. Oh, he's gonna get pulled up by the W if he's not careful. Gets out with the Fox 5 movement speed, 369, takes bot turret, they take mid lane outer, and that's a Vial onto an Neferi who obviously didn't have W, goes down.
Nice pick off there. Suddenly Top Esports come alive. They are up 5,000 gold, they've got Soul Point, they've got Baron, and what felt like a very competitive game now looks anything but.
As we were saying, all it takes is 1 or 2 missed positions by WE, and the follow-up is so intense from top Esports. They have great amount of follow-up range and the ability for everyone to kind of pull that hair trigger. I mean, even the Braum can go for a flash ult or flash Q, and that can start things off powerfully. That is going to be, in the blink of an eye, double inhibitors down.
Pretty damn potent, that's for sure. We'll go look to finally secured after 3 attempts of a turret trying it.
Kanavi hanging around top side. There might be a Hex Flash overall, but Cream should be fine there. That's a good shot. 3 damage and left Q. Chunk down Vampire for half HP. Ooh, now he's used the W. That's the problem. Your W's gone. And the ult does nothing. Vampire put to the stake.
Into the cease and desist. Post the Vaughn passive and down goes to Leah afterwards. Defensive phalanx only works if there's actually people in the phalanx and they all die before that can really come to pieces.
Team W, they've had a good showing today. I say that as I've not been here for the grand majority of it, but they've had a good showing. They brought top Esports to game 3, but we said it only takes a couple of mistakes for top Esports composition to come alive, and that's exactly what's happened. Monkey now stunned up by 369, punted back into the Q from Vi, and that'll be a dead dog.
That work is fantastic. Now they're into the base. There's 2 members. No, I can't read it. It's 3 members. Doesn't really matter. It'll be game 3 win likely here for top Esports unless Vampire and Taeyu can absolutely do some miracle work. Cube already at half HP. Not that much to work with. He's got a world under working. That Mega Inferno Bomb chunks out but can't get the kill.
Yeah, the shield comes up, denies that damage. Does deny you the first instance of damage that hits it. Arrow hits onto Taeyu, and he'll be forced to flash away. No flashes on the carries of Team W, who just had to use both of them. Karras jumping forwards to the ultimate, misses out due to a flash on 369 on the combo. Cube looking for a teleport as well, but now he's out of swords.
The world under running will get cease and desisted back off cooldown, and that means that this Aatrox just stands there frozen in time for the majority of it. 369 still here with the Mega Narf. Vampire flashes away, but it means Karras has now been left out to dry, and WE tried to punish on the exit from the base, and top Esports were more than ready for it. The Mega Inferno Bomb as a 21 gun salute, a final shot in the dark from WE, as this game will surely be ending now.
This series was not meant to be close, but we were surprised. Top Esports were surprised, and with a victory lap of picks onto Team WE, top Esports will see out the day 2-1.
I think there will be some questions about top Esports after this series. Make no mistake, that was 3 games.